Hi, my name's Matt and I teach geography at Ashton Sixth Form College. Geography is the study of all the processes that are occurring both below and above the surface of the earth, and in fact whilst we're at it, there's processes that are occurring on the earth as well. It covers everything from volcanic activity and glaciation all the way down to political processes, economics, social policy, urban planning and everything in between. In fact, you might say it's an attempt to understand pretty much everything that is occurring on the earth. Now, I'm out on my walk today and as you can see, it's been raining. And that kind of ties into A-level geography because of the water cycle. Now that's a module that we study at A2. And one of the things that we look at in the water cycle is how does precipitation, rainfall, which we know plenty about in Ashton, move through the water cycle? Well, one of the ways it moves through the water cycle is when it hits vegetation. So you can see here on this leaf that I've got, it's actually intercepting water as it moves from the atmosphere into the biosphere. And then you can see it there holding water. Now if it wasn't to intercept the water, you'd end up with this. This is surface storage, or as you might more commonly refer to it as puddles. And if this surface storage is being held at an angle, then it might in fact promote something that we call overland flow. You can see that happening there. Now the reason why it's overland flow and not going down into the soil, which incidentally we refer to as infiltration, is because the soil has been compacted, and it's been compacted by a human process. In this case, obviously, farm traffic and vehicles and things are moving along, and as they do so, they compact the soil, preventing infiltration. That is a human adaptation to the water cycle. You can see some other semi-human activity here as well. Obviously this is agriculture combined with a bit of horticulture, as you can see, and those horses will be compacting the soil as well, which is preventing infiltration from occurring. And so at places like gates and things like that, you might see an increase in surface water storage. Now one of the things that we're looking at when we're considering the water cycle is how do human factors, like for example tractors and things going down tracks, right, or people keeping their horses on the fields, which leads to things like surface storage occurring at places like gates. You can see that occurring there. How does that work, right? And also what sort of physical factors might affect the water cycle? Like for example, if it's a low pressure cell and we're getting a lot more rain, how much water can this tree here actually hold before we start to see the water dripping from the plants and falling to the ground in what we call leaf fall or stem flow. If it was a warm day, we might see increased evapotranspiration, which might therefore be removing some of this surface storage off of the tracks and sending it back up into the atmosphere. These are the sorts of things that we look at through A-level geography. So the next time you're out and about Ashton, this won't be very long before you see something like precipitational events occurring. Have a look and see what's actually happening in the water cycle around you. Maybe it's a river that's swollen several hours after there's been a precipitation event. We refer to that as a lag time. Maybe it's surface storage accumulation. Next time you see someone jumping in a puddle, say, you know, why are you jumping into that that surface storage? It looks like we're attracting some attention here from one of my friends, which is nice. And yeah, so the sorts of things that we're looking at then are going to be human factors that are affecting the water cycle. We're looking at physical factors that affect the water cycle. But at A-level, as opposed to GCSE, we don't just describe the processes, we evaluate and analyse them. Which one is the most important? Physical or human factors? And what evidence have we got to support that? So next time it rains, go outside, have a look at a precipitation event, have a look at some surface storage, have a look at some interception, consider what's happening with things like infiltration. Has the soil been compacted? Is it frozen solid and therefore infiltration is not possible? And which one of those do you think is playing the most important role? And which one of those do you think is changing? And which one of those is going to change more in this climate change affected world? Anyway, if you want to learn more about geography, there's plenty of places you can go. One of the places you might be able to look at to start with be the website on the ASFC website. There's plenty of information there on what sorts of things we study at A-level. But you might also want to hit up on our Twitter account as well, which is at Geography ASFC. Lots of links there, some really exciting things that we study at A-level geography. So Hopefully that's given you a bit of an insight of what it's like to study A-level geography. And perhaps one day our paths will meet when you study with us at Ashton Sixth Form. Thanks for listening. Bye.